before we go in, just to summarise what's happened essentially. So obviously Julian Assange has been held by the UK government in prison for various reasons. Obviously there were pending rape allegations in Sweden. If they were legitimate, he should go to prison for that. So I don't know quite where they've gone, but I think they've been dropped.
They got dropped.
Like, okay, so that's fine. And then the only other thing he was being held in prison for was these pending extradition requests from the United States, so they could basically take him to the US and torture the living shit out of him for leaking state secrets.
Yeah.
So obviously that's been going through courts, and the judge has rejected the US's request to do that.
It was rejected, but not in a way which is particularly good for free speech. It was rejected
because of mental health. He was like, well, he'll commit suicide.
And they said all of the defense's objections to him being deported, being like, won't be given a free trial, it's a political blah blah.
Yeah,
that was all thrown out.
Yeah, crazy.
Just and it was probably due to mental health that he didn't go. So they actually haven't set a good precedent for. This guy is a bloody whistleblower who exposed, war crimes being done in our name in the coalition of countries, so the UK and America, who went into Iraq.
Yeah,
he's a hero, regardless of if he's a particularly nice person. For some reason, that's a crime to shine a light on things which are done in our name, which break international law and human rights. So anyway,
exactly. And here's the thing: you don't have to like the guy. I don't like Julian Assange. I don't know the guy. Let's not turn him into some sort of god. But what he did was expose war crimes and other things that have been going on that seriously undermine the confidence we can have in our governments and states. And that is important. That should be happening. And the fact that the judge didn't acknowledge any of that and purely rejected this due to sort of saying, well, he'll commit suicide. Because why will he commit suicide? Oh, because he'll get tortured. But oh no, we're going to throw that out because of course he's going to have a fair.
Because he'll never see the light of day in that Colorado Supermax.
Yeah, they'll put him in a hole for the rest of his life and then probably try and fry him in an electric chair or whatever it is the barbarians do out there these days. And so no, it's not great. But then obviously that was thrown out. The US is going to appeal. They've got 14 days to do that. So the defense for Julian Assange said, well, can he have bail? And that was rejected.
That was thrown out as well.
Well,
and that was thrown out because they said he had a support network where he could disappear if he was summoned into court again. And it's like, well, he hasn't really committed a crime.
No.
Why?
Well, this is the thing. He's just been acquitted.
Yeah.
Why would he go away? He's likely to win his appeal. Why would he become a fugitive?
Exactly. Will his mental health has changed by the time of the appeal? No. It makes no sense. It's purely political, and anyone who says it isn't political is lying to you. And then also, just before we move on, I think the important thing to say is the implication it does have for free speech. I know we touched upon this. Seeing how this man has been treated, being chucked into Belmarsh, having to hide in the Ecuadorian embassy for so long. This has implications for future journalists and, potential whistleblowers to be like, look, I'm seeing, crimes against humanity or whatever. Will it deter them then from coming forward and publishing them, which should be the bloody right of journalists, and that is the job of journalists, I know it's been lost with how rubbish journalists and the media is nowadays.
Yeah.
That is at the heart of it. Proper investigative, shining a light on power, holding power responsible.
Yeah.
Will that then take away from that? And I think it does, and I think it's really worrying. And I think, we like to laugh at Russia Today and, all these, state-run broadcasters for, Russia, China, blah, blah, blah. Are we on, I'd argue we are, but, are we on a slippery slope here where, we can no longer shine light on power,
Yeah,
balls to laugh at these other societies when, look how we treat people who whistleblow,
I think we are. And I don't think that's even deniable at this point, because these states, these governments, these Western governments don't want to be held to account anymore. They don't like the workings of democracy. They don't like the fact that in a democracy, you should be held account for things and you should be exposed when you've done horrible things. They don't like that. And that's incredibly dangerous.